I just wanted to hop on here real quick and do a real quick little video. It's definitely gonna be really quick because I got my silvers showing. But it's definitely gonna be really quick because what was I about to say? I need to buy a flat iron. Anyway, that's not what I was about to say. But here we go. Okay, so. Uh, we all know the saying that growing pains don't feel good. Like, you know that for sure, right? And we also know that when you elevate, the people around you, the circles and stuff that you are a part of, they change. A lot of times we don't really recognize that we have elevated, because while we are elevating, let me turn off some of these fans. While we are elevating, the growing pains are happening at the same time, right? Because there are people who are behind you, they support you, and they've put you where you are right now based off of the soul strength, right? That they believe in you, right? They're giving you time to learn, and they're giving you time to mess up, and they're giving you time to come to an understanding of what's about to happen next. And when that happens, right, and you don't necessarily realize that your elevation is in progress or is complete or is pending completion, you don't realize how offended some people will get by the way your conversations sound now. But it's not that you're doing it on purpose, right? It's just a part of the package, right? If you buy a Hellcat and somebody else just buy a regular Charger, when the Hellcat Hemi, when you crank up that Hellcat and you hear the roar of that Hemi, the Hellcat ain't doing nothing outside of his nature, right? It ain't doing nothing different than the package that the Hemi was put in, right? But if the regular Charger feels some type of way because the Hellcat's engine is a Hemi and it can roar when it is activated or when it is active, that's not the Hellcat's problem. Okay, I don't know why that came to mind, but that's the illustration that I got to give, right? I'm saying all of that to basically say that you're going to think that once you get opportunities that, okay, man, who did the work? I can breathe now. But oh, no. Okay, let me say that again. Oh, no. Okay. You're still going to have to travel through the jungle, because you're not all the way out of the jungle yet. You haven't transferred from jungle to pasture land, right? You haven't got there yet, right? You're very close, but you haven't got there yet. Somebody recognized you in the jungle, and they gave you a little bit of a glimpse into the pasture land. And they let you come and visit the pasture land because, like I said, they support you. They say, you belong over here, but not yet, right? So essentially, you spend some time in the pasture land and you spend some time in the jungle, right? And the people who are still in the jungle, they don't understand the language that you're beginning to understand and develop. So in addition to the growing pains of realizing, okay, I gotta show up, I gotta do my job, I gotta look the part, and blah, blah, blah. Now there's the growing pains of your language changing and the people who have known you all your life, who didn't take the same chances and opportunities to grow like you did. You're gonna start to see some things about them that are going to hurt really bad. And here's the thing, it all happens at the same time, okay? You got the growing pain of, okay, I'm about to leave the jungle happening. So you're having to mentally prepare yourself that you'll never go back to that place again. There's no way that you can go back to that place again. So you got that pending. You got the stretch that you're making to make sure that when you get to the pasture land, you actually get there and can be effective and do what you came to do, so that the journey through the jungle to the pasture land ain't in vain. It ain't pointless. So you got that going on. You got the growing pains of the people in the pasture land who always found comfort in the fact that they never had to be in the jungle, right? They were born into the pasture land. They always looked back at the jungle and said, oh, how sad. They never, the compassion that they had for the people in the jungle was never sincere. It was just on script. And so they see somebody coming out of the jungle who deserves to be in the pasture land, who worked their way up to the pasture land, and they don't like it. So you're dealing with the rejection of people who think by design, by natural selection that they're better than you. They're starting to realize now that natural selection had nothing to do with the opportunities and advancements that they got in life. It had everything to do with how life was set up for them. So you're dealing with that, and you're dealing with the family and the friends and the associates and the colleagues who you thought had your back. You realize, oh, y'all only had my back when it looked like I was here to stay with y'all. Y'all never really listened to me when I said, there's more for me. I want to do better. I want to do more. I got more inside of me. Y'all really thought I'd never do it. And I used to think that these particular growing pains were going to happen separately. But I'm here to tell you that everybody's journey is different. Let me say that. So I can't say that this is the standard way to do it. But for anybody's journey who looks like mine, you get to this place where you're almost there. Please don't be distracted by the pain, okay? Because the pain is there to release a pathway of a new mindset that you're going to need when you finally do get to the pasture land and you are where you were always destined to be this entire time. A lot of us cannot decide. Actually, I can't even say a lot of us. None of us get to decide the family structure that we're born into, the parents we get, the siblings we get, the family we get, the circumstances we're born into. We don't get to decide those things, right? But what we do get to decide is how we want to live our lives and where we want to set up our families and how we want our legacy to be born into this world. We get to decide that. There's a famous quote. I don't know who said it, but they basically said, how you come into this world is the life that your parents left for you, but how you leave this world is the life that you created for yourself. And so it's 100% not going to be easy. None of this has been easy. Let me just say that. But the other day I was sitting around and I was just, reflecting and thinking, and a thought ran across my mind, and I said to myself, Jasmine, why are you fighting? Why are you fighting? I realized that the reason why I was fighting is because I've had to fight to get to this point, right? But for whatever reason, and I know it ain't nobody but God, so I'm not gonna say for whatever reason, but it started to become more obvious to me that God was telling me, you don't really have to you don't have to swing so much anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to go hard so much anymore. Just sit back and let the people who want to give you this opportunity give it to you. Don't make no more fuss. Don't kick no more. Don't scream no more. Don't punch no more. You sit back and you let the situation do what it's going to do. You take all of the advice that you can get. You take all the love that you can get. You take all the support that you can get. And you don't feel ashamed, because oftentimes when you come through the jungle, you're taught that getting help and asking for help and not being able to push through is a sign of weakness. So you come in sometimes and you're a little rough around the edges, and the people know that. They might not have expected how rough you was around the edges, but they see it and they come to support you. Now, these folks ain't gonna give you too much time to get your act together. So get your act together quickly, okay? But in the meantime, as you're going through and you're feeling this pain is gonna be intense. Make sure you have coping mechanisms that can help you grasp some good moments within the journey, because you're going to need it. Make sure that you protect yourself however you need to protect yourself, not violently, you know what I'm saying? But be smart about the way that you show up and be smart about the way that you take time when you need it, because it's going to be necessary. The pain is going to be inflicted, and it's going to be coming from so many different sides. And you need to be able to stop sometimes and reset when you need to. You have to be able to do that, okay? And like I said earlier, do not get distracted by the pain. When a person who lifts weights is in the gym lifting weights, they have a bigger goal in mind. They say, I'm trying to build up my body. I'm trying to build up fitness. I'm trying to build up strength. And while they're doing all of that, while they lifting them weights, it's hurting them. It's got its own set of pain. But what they gain from that pain is based off of them not getting distracted while the pain was active, while they were working towards the goal. What they get after the workout immediately is a short-term reward, but what they get from the workout in the long term is a long-term reward, and they get it because they don't become distracted by the pain. They're called growing pains for a reason. You're gonna have some moments where you can't process. You're gonna have some moments where you can't feel nothing other than what you're feeling. But I encourage anybody who has watched this video, who is trying to get to wherever you're trying to get to, work hard, because people who are successful are not lucky. Don't be distracted, because the pain is inevitable, but it's necessary. And don't be surprised at what you find out about people around you and situations and circumstances around you when you finally get the reward you've been working for. And don't let nobody make you feel guilty that you worked hard to get what you said you were always going to get. Did it take some time? Yeah. And what that time did to the people around you, it gave them a reason to doubt. But this is your life, and you set the standard for your life. Don't let nobody try to make you feel like you did something wrong because you did something better. Sometimes your success makes a person realize what they did not do or what they did do to keep themselves stagnant in life. That is not your fault. But if you just keep pressing through and keep pressing forward, I guarantee you that you're going to end up on the other side of all of this. And when you get there, it's not going to be anybody else's story but yours to tell. But when you tell that story, it's going to get more people interested in how you did it. And when you are able to tell them how you did it, you're going to bring more people closer to God, because you didn't do it by yourself. Even the scripture says, if you try it with your own strength, you will be crushed by your own strength. Stay in your word, believe in Jesus Christ, know that Yahweh is God of all things, God of everything. Even the opportunity that you got right now was commanded by God, was commanded by Yahweh. So you need to humble yourself at the throne, at the feet of God, at the feet of the throne, and keep going forward. You made it. Don't mess it up.